to your very own BYJU'S 6th, 7th and 8th grade channel. I'm Aishwarya, and in our class today, we are going to be having the best revision for ANTHE by solving some of the top 30 ANTHE biology questions for both grade 7 as well as grade 8. So earlier today you had a class for physics where you solved some of the questions for physics. Now similarly we are going to be doing it for biology as well. So I hope all of you are ready. I hope all of you are excited. And of course, to top it all off, it is going to be your very own Menti quiz. So very quickly everybody, go to www.menti.com and type in the code. That is 43101098. Our chat moderator will also be sending it in the chat. So I can see that a lot of you are here already, and thank you so much for being such amazing and patient students. I know that we had to start about 5 minutes late because we had to get the whole smart board set up, but now that we are here, we will not waste a lot of time. So as soon as you join in Menti, we are going to get started, okay? Yes, okay, I can see Sunshine, Arohi, Umair, I can see Vanshika, Gungun, I can see Cricket with Nisha, Asmita, Tanishka, then GyanStudy.com, okay, Apsara, Arohi, a lot of you are here. Hello everybody, hello. And very quickly, please share this video with all of your friends. Tell them to join the class as well, because I'm sure all of you are going to be excited. And more than that, I'm sure just a few moments back you had one of the best surprises that was there, right? So I'm sure all of you are very happy that we are extending our family. So now you know that we have got you covered and we are constantly looking out for you. So do not forget to hit that like button in this video. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button for this channel, right? Very, very important. Okay, a lot of new students, my old students saying they are new students. Hello everybody, all of you have joined. Now I know today's class is starting around 7:45, 8, and some of you might have dinner time also. In case if you want to have dinner in between the session also, I'm completely fine. You can have your dinner and keep watching the session. But all focus should be on today's class, okay? Yes, Anushri is new, Arnav is new, okay, very good, Tanishka is new. So for all my new students, do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Do not forget to hit that like button. Yes? Amazing that you've already taken dinner before the class, because you know this class, we have 30 questions, can go about for 1.5 hours, okay? So I'm giving you a heads up now only. I'll try to wind it up in 1 hour, but since we have a lot of questions to solve, it might go on for 1.5 hours, okay? Yes, one more time, Menti code for all of you, 43101098. Yes? So now in the meanwhile that you join today's Menti, here's a quick reminder for the English speaking program. Now you know the English speaking program is something that we offer from BYJU'S, and yes, it is a paid program. So whenever it's paid, we tell you, and whenever it's free, we tell you that it's free also, right? So very quickly, I hope all of you have registered yourself, and you can try this out. It's a 2-month confident speaking program where you will improve your English speaking skills. Now just like how I always tell you, I need some help in improving my Hindi. If some of you feel that you may need some help improving your English, maybe you are not feeling so confident, and maybe you know that later on you need to improve your skills, because later on, maybe many years down the line, you will definitely require it. So now is the time when you will have to invest, right? Invest now for the reaps and benefits for it later. So of course, check in the description box, because you will have, by the end of it, you will have Cambridge certified teachers teaching you, and in the end, you will have confident speaking in public. So do check it out. Link is again in the description box. Yes? All right. Now, another very exciting thing happening is Parent Club, where we are going to be having Chetna ma'am talking about a superpower that all of us have, that is curiosity, right? And we know that curiosity is a superpower that we all have to harness. So we are having a free webinar that's happening on the 10th of November. And I hope all of you have registered. If you have not registered, now is the time to register for it. It's absolutely free. You do not have to pay anything. And some of you were asking, Pori Bhartokar was asking me, ma'am, ANTHE exa kaisa hoga? MCQ ya objective type? So it's going to be an objective type question. It will not be subjective type. But type of questions you will get in ANTHE, that is Akash National Talent Hunt exam, will be MSQ, that is multi-select question, MCQ, multiple choice question. You will have matrix match type, assertion reason type, select the incorrect statement, lot of it coming your way. But all of them are going to be very easy, right? And of course, for those of you who do not know, right? So for those of you who are still unaware about what is ANTHE, ANTHE is a competitive exam which is absolutely free. You do not have to pay anything, enroll for free, and the upside of it is you will definitely get exposure, right? You'll have exposure to competitive exams and you'll feel more confident giving your NSOs, your, IMOs and everything that is coming your way. Yes? Okay, thank you ma'am for the reply. Let's get started. Is ANTHE online or offline? ANTHE is both modes. You have both online exams as well as offline exams. You can opt for any one of it based on your comfort. Yes? All right. Okay? Fine. So now, question number 1 of 30. We are going to get started. Yes, we're starting Menti. Not taking any more time, right? Now see, some of your Menti questions, I will need to exit screen, okay? That means I'll have to minimize the screen because the questions are going to be slightly longer. And what I've done in this Menti quiz is I've also inserted some, Olympiad questions for all of you also. Because as much as ANTHE is an easy exam, right? Olympiad also challenges you. So if you get some tough questions in your ANTHE, it will definitely help you. So how many of you are excited? Yes? How many of you are excited? Quick excitement level check and then I'm going to get started. Yes? Okay, what is the last date? It's about 2 to 3 days before the exam. So right now is the time to register. Get started. Okay? Excited, ma'am. Super duper excited. All right. Hi, Josh. That is what I need, right? All right. I can see only 75 avatars. I have a lot of you here already. Okay. So let's get started, everyone. Let's have a look at our first question. Answer fast to get some more points. So these are for both 7th as well as 8th graders, right? Okay, so we have a match the following question where we need to match the following and choose the appropriate option. Cuscuta, pitcher plant, mushroom, lichens. All right, okay. All right, so I think we have faced a problem here, right? How many of you were able to answer this question? Time khatam. Yes, time got over so fast. I think something has happened in Menti. The first question we were not able to answer. Yes, ma'am, technical glitch. I know, so it's actually a technical glitch that has happened. That is why the Menti got over very fast. Well, I feel very bad about this, okay? So basically you had Cuscuta, you had your pitcher plant, you had, mushrooms, and you had lichens. Now Cuscuta, of course, exhibits parasitic mode of nutrition, mushrooms exhibit saprophytic mode, pitcher plant exhibits your insectivorous mode of nutrition or their insectivorous plants, and lichens exhibit symbiotic association. Yes, but we knew it. I know. It was happening in the physics session also. See, I will tell you, Menti is a third-party platform. We are dependent on another platform, right? So it may take some glitches might be there. So please bear with us. But in terms of concept, at least, we will definitely teach you. So I am extremely sorry about these glitches that are happening, right? Very, very sorry, okay? Yes. So we'll go to the next question. Shall we go? Chakachak questions. I know they're going very fast. Let's have a look at question number 2. On your screens, and let's hope that there are no glitches for this also. Okay, Neerja's first live class. Very good, Neerja. I hope you have a lot of fun in today's class. Okay, 89 of you are here, 90 of you are here. Very good, very good. So we'll get started, okay? Answer fast to get some more points. Yes, let's see. The pseudopodia found in the given organism helps in what? Digestion, respiration, sexual reproduction, or capturing food. On your screens, everybody. Yes, all right. How do I join Menti? Go to www.menti.com and type in the code. And Vishnu, can we send the code on the chat once? Our chat moderator will be sending it to you. Yes, all right, everybody. Everybody has voted. Very good, very good. So the correct answer here is option number D, that is capturing food. Now we know that the pseudopodia that is there are nothing but false feet, right? Now false feet are found in organisms or microorganisms like amoeba, which have, an indefinite or irregular shape. Now the pseudopodia help in movement or locomotion, that means going from one place to another. Now what they do help is in capturing the food. Now, I know some of you would have gotten confused with option number A, that is digestion, because your pseudopodia will also, help in trapping the food. But we also know food vacuole is formed later. But digestion happens inside the food vacuole and not in pseudopodia, okay? Which is why the correct answer is capturing food. Are we clear, everyone? Are we clear? No, Santosh, I am not ignoring your message. I am, of course, reading it, right? Okay. Very good, very good. And yes, I will give you time to write your name, okay? All right, so read the question thoroughly. Yes? Question number 3, everybody, on your screens, very quickly. What is sexual reproduction? So sexual reproduction is a mode of reproduction wherein living organisms make young ones of their own kind. And to make their young ones, we see that 2 parents are involved. You need a mother or a male. You need a male or a female, or you need a mother or a father, right? Which is what we mean by sexual reproduction. Yes, okay. I hope all of you have written your names. Yes? All right, everybody. So let's get started. Yes, Vaigha. Yes, I have taken your name. So we'll get going. So answer fast to get some more points. I'll go that side and you can see the question. Ram injured his knee and it started bleeding. After some time, the cut was plugged by a dark red clot and this stopped bleeding. This was due to what? Red blood cells, platelets, white blood cells, or plasma? Yes? Okay, for the previous one, can locomotion also be an answer? Yes, it can be an answer, but only if locomotion is given as an option, right? So if you do have locomotion and capturing food, both are correct. Very good, everybody. This is going to be an easy one. Very good, very good. I can see that a lot of you have got the answer for this. 64 of you have got it right. So now when we talk about clotting, right? Now see, this may be a little out of syllabus, or maybe I've still not taught you, and some of you in 7th wondering, ma'am, we've still not learnt about this. Don't worry, I'll teach you in transportation in plants and animals. 8th graders, you've already learnt it in your grade 7. Now in ANTHE as well as sometimes in Olympiad, right? You will get questions, okay? So there are chances you will get questions from your previous grade also, which is why it's important that you know this, right? So now in this case, Ram has injured his knee, it has started to bleed, and we know that there's a red clot which is formed. Now clotting of blood is a function of platelets, right? What do red blood cells do? Red blood cells are responsible for transport of oxygen. What do white blood cells do? White blood cells are responsible for defense. Then you have plasma. Plasma is the fluid part of the blood wherein we find all the cells which are suspended. And platelets are responsible for clotting. So are we clear, everybody? Are we clear? Yes. Okay. Give me a quick thumbs up and I'm going to get moving to the next one. Alright. Oh, that's amazing, Vaigha. I'm glad that it helped you. Yes. Now question number 4. Now your leaderboard will come after every 6 questions, okay? And your first round of questions are the relatively easy questions that are there. Yes? What are platelets? Okay. Platelets are a type of cells that we find inside our blood, right? Now platelets, what they do is they are responsible for clotting of blood. So whenever sometimes we fall down and there's a bleeding that happens, blood oozes out, right? But after a point, blood will stop coming out. Now that happens because of the platelets which are present. So what they will do, they'll act as a barrier or they'll form a mesh, okay? So they'll act as a mesh or a barrier which will prevent the flow of blood outside the body. Okay. Yes. So now we'll go on to question number 4. Large areas of protected land for conservation of wildlife, land and animal resources and traditional life of tribals in an area is called as what? Zoo, wildlife sanctuary, national park or biosphere reserve? Yes, Okay, this can be slightly tricky. Yes, this can be slightly tricky. Okay, now most often than not, right? So let me just reload the chat once. Okay, all right. Oh, misclick. See, most often than not, right? With respect to wildlife sanctuary, with respect to biosphere reserve and national park, we will tend to get confused, right? Now, a wildlife sanctuary, as the name suggests, wildlife, right? So, mainly designated to protect the animals which are there, right? Now, your national parks that are there are for protecting your plants as well as your animals which are there. Now, when compared to size-wise, the largest of them all is a biosphere reserve, right? Now, biosphere reserves are huge, yes? Now, here you're talking about large areas. Now, when we're specifying that it is large, which has animals, which has plants, your resources, traditional life, everything incorporated, it will be your biosphere reserve. So, are we clear with this point? Because this is where sometimes we tend to get confused, okay? So, are we clear with biosphere reserve and wildlife sanctuary? Are we clear? Yes. Difference between zoo and biosphere. Zoo is an artificial method of conservation, right? Zoo is not a natural way, or we are not naturally protecting it. It is an artificial thing that we are creating where the animals are either trapped or they are caged, right? So now we know that it's an artificial or a man-made way of conservation. While these three are where we have protected areas. So we mark the areas and we say that they are protected regions, yes, to protect the wildlife, the fauna, the flora of all of it, yes? Okay. I know, right? 116 live watching with only very little likes. So if you are liking this class, if you are finding this helpful, hit that like button, right? And do not forget to hit that bell icon and the subscribe button. Yes? All right, question number 6, everybody, on your screen. Okay. On your screens, everybody. So let's get started. Select the incorrect statement. Okay, so we have 4 statements and you have to figure out which is incorrect. Forests help in bringing rainfall. Forests protect the soil from erosion. Forests are known as green lungs as they release carbon dioxide and absorb oxygen. Forests are a source of medicinal plants. What do you think is the correct answer for this? No problem, Yashi, Viren, whoever is late to class is completely okay. Join the Menti code. Go to www.menti.com and hit the code that our chat moderator will be sending it. So Vishnu will send it once again. Weather, climate and adaptation will be coming to you in the weekend. Okay, it will be coming to you this weekend. Yes, amazing. Very good. For those of you writing Olympia tomorrow, this will definitely help you. I'm telling you. Very good, everybody. Very good. 94 of you have got this right. Now, can you tell me why this is incorrect? Any of you in the chat, I want you to tell me why is the statement incorrect? Because you know when forests are living organisms, no? So they take in oxygen for, respiration. They give out carbon dioxide. Then why are you telling me that this statement is incorrect? What is the reason behind it? Yes? Ma'am, in the place of oxygen, O2 will come. Absorb, okay? Yes, but they're also living organisms, which means oxygen is also taken in for respiration. But why is this incorrect? They release O2, take in CO2, okay? Absorbs carbon dioxide heavily. Yes, very good, Raj. Very good. Because it's vice versa. See, when you're calling it as green lungs, right? We call it as green lungs because of their ability to do photosynthesis. And for photosynthesis, we know that they take up carbon dioxide and they give out oxygen, right? So, although this part of it is something that they do, the reason why we call it as green lungs is because they release O2, right? Very good, very good. I'm so proud of all of you. Okay, now before I go ahead and wind up to the 6th question, I hope my audio is clear to all of you, as some of you are facing troubles with my audio. So some of them are saying that they're not able to hear me clearly. How many of you are facing audio issues? Any of you facing audio issues when I take a step back? Any of you facing issues? Yes? If I stand here and talk, you're not facing any issue, right? But it's low. Okay, the audio is low. Okay, they will adjust the mic. Okay, you might see Vishnu sir on screen, but it's okay. They will adjust it. Now we'll move on to the next one and I'll be a little more louder. Let's get going to the next question before our first leaderboard. Okay? Very good. Neeta's Amazing Kitchen. Very good. For those of you for whom screen is blurred, improve your quality of video. Okay? Yes. All right. Okay. How many of the following organisms are fungi? You have bread mold, Spirogyra, Aspergillus, Bacillus anthracis, Penicillium, and Chlamydomonas. From this list of 6, you need to pick how many of them are fungi. 2, 3, 4, 5. This should be an easy one. After this, we have the leaderboard. Don't worry. पता नहीं, अगर पता नहीं है तो आप तुक्का मारो. कोई नहीं. Let's have a look. Oh, how many of you got confused with this particular question, right? Some of you did get confused, right? See, now in this particular case, when we talk about fungi, we know that Penicillium is a fungi. We know that bread mold, which is nothing but Rhizopus, is a fungi, right? Then you have Aspergillus. Now, Aspergillus is also a fungi. Now, apart from this, you had Spirogyra, which is actually algae. Now, some of you wrote Spirogyra in the chat, which is why I'm telling you it is algae. Then you had Chlamydomonas, which was again algae. Then Bacillus anthracis. Now, we know Bacillus, whenever the term Bacillus is there, it is a bacteria, which is why the answer is 3 and not 4. For those of you who got confused with Spirogyra, no, I hope now you are clear. Yes? Ma'am, when will leaderboard come? Now. Leaderboard will come now. So let's see, let's have a look at our first leaderboard. Yes? Let's see who's on top. So I can see Shubham here is the fastest with 5,052 points. We have Sarthak, Jainil, class 8 biology is the best. Who is this class 8 biology? I would really love to know. Then I have Arnav Raj saying the green leaf, Anika, Aditya, Ashri, Shubham, Samal and Mantisha. Very good, everybody. Very, very good. I am so proud of all of you. I can see a lot of you are sharing your ranks with me as well. So well done. And see, this is only our first leaderboard. We have another, we have a good number of 24 questions left. So you can always make your way to the leaderboard. Just don't give up, right? Believe in yourself. Have confidence while answering. If you don't know the answer, also try your best to answer. This is what you need for ANTHE as well. In ANTHE, more than anything, you need confidence and self-belief. If you have these two, right, I'm telling you, you know the concepts. You know everything already. These are just practice for all of you. And we're here to build confidence, right? Very good. Yes. So now, very good. I can see Arohi saying, I will surely come. That is the spirit that I'm looking for. The confidence, right? Very good, everybody. So we'll get started with the next round of questions. Yes? Question number 7 on your screens. Yes, Kanchan, I'm happy that all of you are going to try your best to make it to the leaderboard, and that's what I want, right? Try your best. Give it your 100%. Because no matter what the result is, when you give your 100%, the kind of fulfillment that you have at the end of it is like a different feeling altogether. Okay. All right, so let's get started. Question number 7 on your screens. Let's have a look. On maturation, an organism breaks into many pieces which grows into new individuals. The mode of reproduction is what? So you have fission, spore formation, budding and fragmentation. Now, like I told you, some of these questions are also for your NSO. Okay, I'm not just helping you with ANTHE, I'm helping you with NSO also, which is why this kind of question is from NSO. Yes, I know for Olympiads, bio is easy. I know. Actually, some bio questions are there which are slightly tough. You will find it in the Achievers section. I think the next one is a little tricky like that. Very good, everyone. Very good. I can see most of you got confused here. Yes, some of you are like, ma'am, this lesson has not started. Ma'am, I don't know the answer to this. Not a problem, it's okay. If you don't know the lesson, not a problem. I'm going to teach it very soon, okay? Reproduction in animals is something that's going to come very soon. Either I'll be taking it or Ankita ma'am will be taking it. Now I'll give you a quick understanding of what we have discussed here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize the screen, okay? And this is the next question. So I'm just going to insert a slide here, so that you all can have an understanding of what we just learned about, right? So in this case, what we just discussed, right? So we know about reproduction, right? So we know that reproduction is nothing but a process by which living organisms make young ones of their own kind. Now you have two kinds of it. You have one where only one parent is involved, okay? Then you have another one where two parents are involved. Now the one where only one parent is involved is what we call as asexual mode of reproduction. Now in asexual mode you have many, but one such kind that is there is what we call as fragmentation. Now what happens here in fragmentation? We see that there is one parent, and when the parent matures, what will happen is it will split, okay, and it will form many fragments, alright? It will split into many fragments. It will make itself into piece. And each piece or each fragment will grow and give rise to a new organism. And this is what we call as fragmentation. So for those of you who are wondering, ma'am, what is the answer to this? The answer here is fragmentation. So are we clear with fragmentation? Yes. Okay. All right. Are we clear? Ma'am, I have done D, but it is showing incorrect, right? Yes, I know. Like sometimes there's a Menti glitch that might happen. Okay, ma'am, Olympiad advice is for me. Just be confident. Don't overthink a question. And read the question thoroughly. Yes? Okay. Now we're moving on to question number 8. Yes, on your screens. Now question number 8, I'm going to give you a heads up, is a slightly tricky question. So the question will not come on your Menti screen, okay? In your Menti screen, you will only get whether it's A, B, C or D. The question I will actually display in the PPT. So I need all of you to be looking live in the PPT. Yes? Are we clear? So we know now, okay, that the question is going to come on the PPT and not in Menti. Don't keep looking at your Menti screen. All right. So the question is going to be here, answer fast on Menti, right? So here you will have a passage which is given to you. I'm going to put it on full screen. So you have a passage given to you where some words have been italicized. You need to figure out which of these options are correct regarding it. This is something. Vote on Menti. Question is on your screen. And I will not disturb you as you read it. Okay, I'm going to give you some time. For those of you whose screens are not clear, please improve the brightness, improve the settings of the screen. You will be able to see it. Vote on Menti. For those of you whose screen is not clear, increase the settings of it. Ma'am, on Menti, time is over. How many of you are able to vote on Menti? Time is over on Menti? Okay, ma'am, we read the question only, but time got over. See, time will be a factor in ANTHE as well as NSO, right? Timing is going to be a factor, right? So you need to be a little more. That's why I was giving you that time to prepare mentally that, see, this is going to be a tough question. Yes? Okay. See, those of you who are still a little worried about what is it, it's completely fine. I'll explain the question to you. Yes? So I'm going to go here and let's solve this question. Even if you have not voted on Menti, it's okay, but we'll solve this question together. Yes? So the paragraph is given to us where some words have been italicized, and I've highlighted the italicized words also for you. Prokaryotes possess a well-defined nucleus and membrane-bound cell organelles. They lack a cell wall. Eukaryotes don't have a true nucleus. They may or may not have a cell wall. Plant cells generally have large vacuoles, whereas animal cells have small vacuoles. Plastid is present in both plant and animal cells, but mitochondria is present only in animal cell. Now what you need to do is figure what option is correct, right? So what option is correct regarding this? Now assess it one by one. Now these kind of questions is what will come in your achievers section, okay? So this is a specific to NSO. So in NSO, in your achievers section, you will get something like this. Yes? So position of possesses and lack should be interchanged, whereas don't should not be replaced as it is correctly mentioned. Now don't tell me whether it is correct or no. Just tell me if this statement is true or false in the chat. Is this statement true or false? Yes? Can you tell me? No problem if timing was less. Now we'll solve this together. Is this statement true or false? Yes, Tanuja, yes. Ma'am, you are not looking clearly. Light on kar lo. Light on hai, lekin aapke maybe a little bit it's some shadow is there. This statement is false, right? Very good. A lot of you have given me the answer. This is false. Reason being that positions of possess and lack should be interchanged. Yes. So we have to say that prokaryotes lack a well-defined nucleus and membrane-bound cell wall, and they do possess a cell wall. But whereas don't should not be replaced. Should not be. That's not correct. No, eukaryotes do have a true cell wall. Now what about B? Cell wall should not be replaced with cell membrane, and positions of large and small should not be interchanged as they are mentioned correctly. True or false? What about this? Is this true or false? Letters are blurred. For those of you for whom letters are blurred, please increase. Go to the settings option. Go to advanced settings and keep it at least 480 or 760. I think that are the options. You can increase it. Yes, this is true, right? This statement is true. Why? Cell wall should not be replaced with cell membrane. So if they're saying they may or may not have cell wall, yes, you should not replace it with cell membrane because all cells will have a cell membrane. Now they're saying the next part is positions of large and small should not be interchanged as they are correctly mentioned. Yes, large and small should not be interchanged because they are correctly mentioned. Very good. Leaving us with the last two options, right? Now this is a MCQ, which means both of your other ones are also going to be false. It says plastid should be replaced with nucleus. Nucleus is present both in plant and animal cells, as mitochondria should not be replaced, and it's correctly present. Mitochondria is present again in both in plant and animal cells, right? So again, these both statements are false, right? The other two statements are false. So which is why the correct answer here is option number B. Yes? So are we clear with how to approach this question? Are we clear with this question? Did you find this question interesting? How many of you found this interesting? Or how many of you were like, ma'am, not happening by me, right? This is interesting, no? So it's very simple. Conceptually, if you see, they are not asking you some, moving some boulder. What they're asking you to only read the statements thoroughly, word by word. Because if you miss one thing also, no, it will be incorrect, right? Which is why word by word, you will have to read your options and answer. It's okay. Even if you didn't vote, it's fine. It's okay, everybody. But the main thing is for you, I told you, no? My end goal for today is not to make you all feel that you made it in the top 10 or, you got 50 out of 50, whatever. But I want you all to feel confident that tomorrow if I'm writing NSO, I will be able to solve it. That confidence is what we want to build, right? So let's quickly go on to the next set of questions. Yes? Question number 8 on your screens. What is the code? Code is 43101098. Please help your friends out if they are asking for the code. Yes? All right. The PDF has still not come. I will send it once again today. I had sent it the day you had asked only, but I think it's not come yet. Don't worry, I will send it to you. All right. All of you on your Menti, are you on Menti? I hope you are, because the previous one you had to come back here. So I hope you are all on Menti. Yes. So let's have a look at question number 9. Select the incorrect statement. Okay, let's see what is here. Okay, now we have anthrax is a bacterial disease that affects humans and cattle. Clostridium botulinum causes a serious type of food poisoning. Citrus canker is a viral disease that affects citrus fruits. Yellow mosaic is a viral disease that affects bhindi. It's a very straightforward question. Very straightforward. So this is not going to be tough. Basic knowledge of microorganisms and you will solve this. Yes, I can see some of you have gotten confused with this part. How many of you were confused? Very honestly, will you tell me? How many of you were like, ma'am, some misclick, some conceptual misunderstanding, right? Okay, this question was there in a... see, some questions are repetitive also. It's there in Ankita ma'am's Menti. Very easy, okay. Anthrax is caused by Bacillus anthracis, which primarily affects cattle, okay? But it can spread to humans also, right? That's something you need to understand. It can be spread. Clostridium botulinum. Don't get confused with Clostridium tetani that causes tetanus. So if you see Clostridium tetani, that means that causes tetanus. While Clostridium botulinum normally causes food poisoning, right? So you find it if canned food and all are not packaged properly. But even if you didn't know what this is, and in your textbook, if you had just read NCRT, right, you will see citrus canker is a bacterial disease. It's caused by Xanthomonas, right? So citrus canker is a bacterial disease and not a viral disease. So just based on that, you will know the correct answer is option C. Even if you don't know the rest of it, based on your simple knowledge, the incorrect statement here is citrus canker. Yellow mosaic again is a viral disease, right? So this is the correct answer. So are we clear? This was there in NSO also. Yes. Ma'am, what type of bacterium is Clostridium? Okay. So Clostridium has this so Clostridium actually has its own specific kind of shape. Okay. So very quickly to draw and show it to you, no? Clostridium that is there, right? Clostridium will normally have a structure like this. So Clostridium will normally have a bulged knob-like structure. So it will have something like this. It looks like this. So you'll not call it Vibrio, but a modified version of, I would say, maybe coccus, right? Okay. So now we'll move on to the next question, right? Question number 10. Man, we have another 20 more questions to go. Yes? Ma'am, why so many questions of 8? 7th graders don't know what this is. Don't worry, there are questions from 7th grade also. Don't worry, it's a mix of both, right? Let's have a look. See, 7th grade question as you demanded. Select the options which are correct. Select the options which correctly identifies the secretion produced by the label parts A to D. So two things you need to do, identify A, B, C and D, right? And then you need to figure out what is the correct option. Now D here is maybe a slightly incorrectly marked, I think. Okay, I'm giving you a clue. D should be marked as a leaf-like organ behind the stomach, okay? That's your clue. D is incorrectly marked in your diagram. It should be the leaf-like organ that should be marked, okay? It should actually be slightly above. In Menti, it has gotten rearranged, okay? That's why I'm telling you. Then don't tell me, ma'am, I think something is wrong. D here is the leaf-like organ behind the stomach. I'm stressing on it. D is leaf-like organ. Okay, I'm sending you the code for those of you who are asking me. Okay, ma'am, I got it wrong. I understand. Some of you have got it incorrectly marked because of the Menti, Menti had got it rearranged, right? So just to give you all let me just increase my settings in my phone so that I can explain this. See, A that was marked was nothing but your salivary glands, right? Or it was the mouth or the buccal cavity. Now B on the other hand was stomach, C was liver and D was supposed to be pancreas. But due to the incorrectly there, because it had shifted down and pancreas is found behind the stomach, it had moved to the large intestine. which is why most of you had gotten confused here. Okay, so D here was supposed to be pancreas, which is why the answer is pancreatic juice. Now A and B secrete hydrochloric acid. No, A is the mouth, right? Buccal cavity. Hydrochloric acid is not produced there. C and D produce bile juice? No, right? Because C right here is not, C produces bile juice, but D does not produce bile juice. It receives bile juice. Yes? Then you have A secreting trypsin. No, trypsin is an enzyme which we find in pancreatic juice. So are we clear with this? Are we clear? Ma'am, I know Harsimran, we will tell this to the team. Okay? Leaderboard after the 12th question. Yes, I have 2 more questions and then we will have leaderboard. Yes? Ma'am, you told the mistake late, I answered already. See, even if I pointed out the mistake slightly later, right? I hope you understood the concept. Are we clear with the concept? Yes? Okay. So now all of you are here and let's get started. Answer the following. Take a beaker and fill half of it with water. Put some wheat seeds in it. Stir it and wait for some time. Which of the following holds true regarding the observation and inference of this experiment? Healthy seeds being lighter and floats on the surface of water. Damaged seeds being lighter floats on the surface of water. Some healthy seeds and some damaged seeds float on the surface. Damaged seeds being heavier settle down at the bottom. Yes, Vaigha. Yes, I'm here. Very good, everybody. Very good. This is an experiment that we do to check the quality of seeds in crop production and management, right? Especially in the step of sowing of seeds. So we know that when we take a pool of seeds and we put it in water, we know that the healthy seeds that are there, they will be dense, right? So they will sink to the bottom. While the damaged seeds will be lighter because they, maybe their whole seed is damaged, but nonetheless they will be lighter and they will float on the surface. Which is why you will be able to separate good quality seeds from the damaged seeds. Yes? So the correct answer here is option B. I know I did a live experiment on this also, wherein most of the seeds that I had with me were good seeds, right? Very good. Now we'll move on to question number 12, right? So I think in question number 12 also we will be having another slide, okay? So I'm going to show you the question first and then I will do it on Menti. Otherwise you will tell me, ma'am, again there was no time to read the question. So read the question and then you mark your answer, okay? All of you read it first and when you are ready, I will change the slide in Menti so that you can answer. Piyush, 7th grade question. This is all on 7th grade. Yes, I have not changed the slide on Menti. You can read the question first. Yes, boss, John. Ma'am, your screen isn't clear. Please increase, right? Change the settings in your phone. And once you have read the question, please tell me if you are ready to answer. Okay? Are you ready to answer the question? I moved out of screen also so that you can read it properly. Ready. Okay. I think my chat has frozen. Ready to answer, ma'am? Wonderful. Okay. All right. So now I'm switching to Menti. I'm hoping all of you have read the question thoroughly. One more last look at the question. Yes? All right. So be ready on Menti to answer, okay? I think you have some good amount of time there also. Which of the following is not an adaptation? A, B, C or D? You have 30 seconds for this. Please, I will explain this question. Don't worry. All of you who feel like, ma'am, if you're getting scared about whether you don't know the answer or how to approach, believe me, I'll help you out with it. 12 more seconds. I think most of you would have got this. And let me tell you, this is a concept which is extended from your 6th grade to 7th grade, okay? Okay, very good. All right. So let's go back to the question. Most of you have voted C, but some of you have gotten confused with B. Now, the question says, which of the following is not an adaptation, right? Now I want you to focus for 5 minutes, okay? Ma'am, no options. It was there on Menti, no ABC was there, right? I hope most of you voted. All right. Now, of course, if you see here, option A says that some aquatic animals. Now, focus. Some aquatic animals possess gills for breathing and have streamlined bodies. Now, this statement is an adaptation, right? We know some aquatic animals like your fishes have a streamlined body. So, we see that they have a streamlined body that helps them cut through the water so that they can swim with minimal resistance. So, this is an adaptation to survive in an aquatic environment, right? So, this statement is true. Now, forelimbs of birds are modified into wings and they have hollow air-filled bones. Now, this is also an adaptation. Now, adaptations are something that have also developed over time or they have evolved, okay? Not like adaptation is something temporary. It's something that has evolved over time. And your wings of the birds are nothing but the forelimbs. Now, what are forelimbs? Forelimbs are nothing but the front two limbs, like the hands that we have. The hands are our forelimbs because they are present closer to the head, right? And we call them as forelimbs or front two limbs that are there. Yes? So here we see that this is also an adaptation. And here, the fact that they have hollow air-filled bones. So we call these kind of bones as pneumatic bones, right? We call them as pneumatic bones because it actually helps reduce their body weight, which also makes it easier for them to survive. Now, animals inhabiting in polar regions have thick furs. All my 7th graders in weather, climate and adaptation, we've learned this. Or if my video is still not out in class, you've learned this, right? So, they have thick furs and thick layers of fat, right? So, we know that they live in very extreme conditions where it's extremely cold. So, they need to save in their body temperature, which is why they have thick layers of fat that will, provide them with insulation. Which is why this is also an adaptation to survive in the polar regions. But here, people living in plains suffer from altitude sickness when they, visit mountainous regions, but they soon recover and adjust to changes. See, this is not a permanent kind of thing, right? So, adaptation is something where the body or a certain part will modify itself to live in that region for a long period of time. In plants also we see in deserts they have, spines to minimize transpiration. And it's something that is there after that. It doesn't vanish. But when it is a temporary adjustment, right? So when it is a temporary adjustment, we call it as acclimatization. Okay? Okay, let me just, I think I made a spelling mistake. So it is acclimatization, right? So acclimatization is a temporary adjustment. So people normally, like for example me, when I go to some mountainous regions or where it's very cold, I'll be shivering, I'll become pale, right? And I'll be adjusting myself to that environment. So that is what we understand by this, okay? So are we clear? Are we clear with the concept? Yes, very good. Hard and confused, ma'am. Explain once again. Simple. The adaptations are modifications we observe so that organisms can survive in a particular living or, in a climatic condition or in a region. But this option C, which says that people in plains suffer from altitude sickness or when they go to, so like me, if I go to a mountainous regions, I will be finding it tough to survive there. But when I come back, I'll be fine. Now, I'm not going my body parts are not undergoing any adaptation. They are temporarily adjusting to the surrounding, which is what we call as acclimatization. Yes? Okay, for those of you who are going for dinner, not a problem. Come back after dinner. Okay? Yes. So now I think after this we have leaderboard, everybody. So let's have a quick look at our second leaderboard. Yes? Awesome that you are having so much fun in your first live class. So I can see that on top we have Shubham Samal who's made it on top. Very good, Shubham. I have Mantesha, Aditya, Rebecca. Okay, then I have Sarthak, Raj, Class 8 Biology, and Shubham, Jainil, and Geetanjali. Now, why do I have this feeling this Rebecca here is maybe Shreyasi? Is it Shreyasi? This Rebecca here, or do we have a Rebecca in class? Okay, all right. Very good, very good. Ma'am, when will there be a session on important biology questions for class 9? So for class 9, go drop it on the comment section of a video. Our team will definitely be checking it out. Oh, Shreyasi is not here today. Okay. All right. I thought it would be her. Okay. So I think we'll get started, everybody. A lot of you are here with your ranks and you've done really well, right? From 97 to 59, 18, 11, 76. Okay, amazing. 11th, wonderful. 59 to 44. Okay, Rebecca is here, not Tracy. Okay, Vinita is Rebecca. All right, amazing, amazing. Whoever have just joined now, you still have time. We've done with 12 questions. We have 18 more to go. So let's get started, everyone, with the next set of 6 questions. Question number 13 on your screens. Yes? Okay, Amaya is new to class. Hello, Amaya. Hello. Amazing. So let's have a look on your screens. Now you'll have some easy questions. Which of the following cells in human being is spindle shaped? Easy peasy. Red blood cell, nerve cell, muscle cell, white blood cell. Which is spindle shaped? Okay. See, those of you who are eating dinner right now during the class also, it's completely fine. I will not say anything because I do understand today's class will extend a little bit. Okay. Thank you, Mesh. Thank you. Very quickly, everybody, let's have a look. Very good. Very good. Now we're talking about something which is spindle shaped. Now I always prefer writing and drawing in these kind of boards, okay? They always make it easier for me. So that's why I'm constantly switching to PPT so that it makes it a little easier for me to write, right? So let me just change this layout to something nicer. See, spindle shaped. Now don't forget this because in cell you need to know this. Spindle shaped is, just now I told you streamlined body, no? Spindle shaped is when it is narrow in the sides, right? And it is broad in the center. And we know that the smooth muscle cells of our body are spindle shaped. Nerve cells will have an elongated structure, okay? So nerve cells are elongated. Then you have your red blood cells which are discoid or they are disc shaped. And you have your WBCs which actually have a amoeboid shape, okay? Which is why the correct answer here is option number C. Are we clear? This was an easy question. Ma'am, where to answer? Please go to menti.com 43101098. Yes? Okay. Question number 14 on your screens. Ma'am, you have to promise and send all important questions. Okay. See, I'll try my best, okay? Otherwise, we've taken classes for bio sessions. You can check it out on the channel. Just search ANTHE, Biology, Aishwarya ma'am, and you will find some videos of mine. Yes? Okay. So I think all of you are here. So we'll get started. Answer fast to get some more points. Let's have a look. Refer to the Venn diagram and select the correct statements regarding X and Y. X here, for those of you, on one side it says respires through skin. Middle may we have X. Y says respire through lungs. Okay? What is X and Y? So actually X should come there. Respires through skin, okay, X can respire through skin and lungs. That's why it is here in the center. I think this is Shivakumar. I think I remember your name. Your name is Samantha, right? Or Samanvita. I follow a little bit Telugu. So remember, you're saying that Byju's teachers, there are nobody who speaks Telugu. I think I followed that a little bit. No, not yet, Harsimran, not yet. Ma'am, your screen isn't clear. Look in your Menti, you will be able to see it. That's what I said. Respires through skin on one side. X respires through lungs. Look at Menti, you will be able to see. Very good, everybody. Very good. Yes, it's Samyukta. Close enough, close enough. So here if you see, right, it was a Venn diagram. See, Venn diagram you've learnt in maths already. No, we know that Venn diagram is used to represent some data and the commonalities that exist between the data that is there. Now on one side you said these organisms respire through skin. Then you had X. Now X is the point where two Venn diagrams are they are meeting. That means that X is something that can respire through skin and lungs. Now that is nothing but your amphibians like your frogs, which is why X is a frog. Then you have, it says Y could be a crow. Now Y was it could breathe through lungs. Now you know your birds do have lungs and that help them breathe, which is why the correct answer is Y, that is crow. See, with X only you will be able to understand what is the correct answer, okay? Because everything else cannot breathe through skin as well as lungs. They will either be able to do it through skin or they are breathing through their lungs. Yes? Okay, all right. I think I have missed a question. Yes, ma'am, where are the points? Points will come after one more question. We will have a look at the points, okay? Yes, all right. I don't know any dialogue in Telugu. I have some friends who speak in Telugu, so I'm able to follow a little bit of it, but I cannot speak in Telugu. Yes, what do I speak at home? I speak a mixture of Tamil and Malayalam. Okay, but don't make me say anything in Tamil and Malayalam until the end of the class. Question number 15 on your screens. Yes, everybody. On your screens. And yes, are you all enjoying today's class? Are you all having fun? If you have, I really hope all of you have hit that like button, okay? I hope that you've hit that like button, you've hit that subscribe button, because I can see that all of you are enjoying. Yes, okay. So question number 15 on your screens, and let's get started. No, not fun. Who's telling no, not fun? Why is it not fun? You tell me now. Is it because some questions are going missing? You will tell ma'am 7th ka kam hai. Okay, which of the following comparisons of plant cell and animal cell is incorrect? So you have cell components, plant cell, animal cell. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Oh. I know some questions are not there for, you are feeling there's more questions for 8. But again, I always tell you, when I do in 9th and 10th also, I tell them in the 10th, when sometimes I'm doing 10th grade questions and 9th graders ask me, ma'am, why it's not there? It's always a good thing for you, you are learning concepts that you will learn next year. Then next year, you will be like bosses in class. You'll be like, I already know the answer. Very good, everybody. Very good. So if we go back, right, so I need the question for reference. So if we go back to that, we know that the main thing in option 3, it said that plastids are present both in plant cells as well as animal cells. But we know that plastids are cell organelles which we find it only in plant cells, right? They're exclusive to plant cells. Very quickly, give me an example of a plastid that you all know. Give me an example of a plastid that you all know. Yes? Can we choose exam dates as per our convenience? Yes, you can choose exam dates as per your convenience. Very good. Okay, who's telling me chlorophyll? So it will not be chloroplast, it will not be chlorophyll, okay? Chloroplast is a plastid, right? Chlorophyll is a pigment that you find inside the chloroplast. So when they ask you what is an example of a plastid, always say chloroplast and not chlorophyll. Yes? Very good, Vanshika. Chromoplast and leucoplast are other examples of plastids. Okay? Yes. So for those of you who are facing some issues with Menti, I would recommend that you log out of Menti and log in once again. I would always recommend that. Am I late? We are done with around 15 questions. 15 more to go. So we'll pick up the pace a little bit, right? So we're going to be a little more faster, everybody, so that we can wind up very soon. Yes, awesome. Okay. All right, so let's get started. I hope all of you have filled your names as well. Okay. Yes, amazing. Leaderboard will be soon. After 6 questions. That means after 18th question, we'll have it. Identify X depicted in the given process of respiration and select the correct option. Okay. So glucose in the presence of oxygen is going to give you a byproduct X, water, energy. This cannot be easier. This cannot be easier than this. It's okay, Samyukta, not a problem. Very good, cute princess. No problem, Krishnendu. I know you will ace your exam. Don't worry. Who's telling me sunlight? Guys, this is very easy. Okay, what was the equation? It said glucose, it showed an arrow, and it said in the presence of. And in your byproduct, what did you have? You had energy. If it is energy that is getting released, you know that it is the process of respiration. So respiration is the process of breakdown of glucose in order to release energy. And if it is taking place in the presence of oxygen, then we call it as aerobic respiration. And what are the byproducts of aerobic respiration? It is your carbon dioxide and water. Which is why the correct answer is option C, carbon dioxide. Very simple and easy. Don't make silly mistakes, okay? Some silly mistakes are there. Very good. It's an exothermic reaction. Very good, very good. Now question number 17, everyone, on your screens. It is like photosynthesis. It's a chemical reaction like photosynthesis, but not to get confused, okay? Just give me one moment. Okay. All right, everybody. So are we ready? Question number 17 on your screens. Which of the following organism belongs to group Protozoa? Amoeba, Spirogyra, yeast, Paramecium, Aspergillus. If you have answered the previous question, use logic. Use elimination method and get rid of whatever you don't need, right? This is an easy question. No, in this you have to figure out. Got it wrong. Okay, ma'am did this one. Yeah, we did it in the starting. But in the starting, it was to identify the fungi, right? Now your A was amoeba. And all of you identified amoeba. We know amoeba is an example of protozoan, right? And what are protozoans? Protozoans are nothing but organisms which are unicellular and they are eukaryotic in nature. Yes? Now your B option was Spirogyra. I already told you Spirogyra is a, a filamentous algae that is there, right? So it will not be Spirogyra. Yeast again we know is not, right? Yeast is not a protozoan, but rather it's a fungi, right? So yeast also is not there. Now you're left with Paramecium and Aspergillus. Now you don't know if Paramecium is actually a bacteria, if it's a protozoan or no. But you do know that Aspergillus is a fungi. We just looked at it in the previous question. So if you eliminate out your Aspergillus, what option are you left with? You cannot have anything which has B, C and E, which means you are left with only option A and D. Use your logical reasoning there and you eliminate out the unwanted options, right? So next time onwards, please make sure that you are solving it. If you don't know the answer, this is what you can do, okay? Difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Prokaryotic organisms are those organisms which have a well-defined nucleus, while eukaryotic organisms are those which have a well-defined nucleus, while prokaryotic do not have a well-defined nucleus. Sorry about that. Okay, why not amoeba? Amoeba is a protozoan. Amoeba is a protozoan. It is a correct answer. But amoeba and Paramecium, okay? Awesome. Let's go to question number 18. Yes, on your screens, everybody. Question number 18. Yes, Archana, the link is there in the description box, okay? Let's get started. Select the correct statement or statements regarding the model shown below. Okay, look at your phone. You have a model and you need to figure out what is correct. So you have plastic bottle, balloons, rubber sheet. Now you just need to figure out what represents what. This is an easy one. We did this model much earlier in the beginning of our, earlier in May, we made a working model of the lungs. Very good, everybody. Very good. See, in the working model of the lungs, we know that the balloons that are there actually represent the lungs of our body. So it is not the trachea, but rather the straws that are there which we insert, they represent the trachea. Now the rubber sheet here represents the diaphragm and not the nasal passage. And we know plastic bottle represents the rib cage or the chest cavity and not the diaphragm. But this working model, of course, helps us in understanding the mechanism of breathing. So very good. Lot of you have got the correct answer. Yes, it's the working model. And I hope all of you have checked that video out and made a working model yourselves. If you still haven't, you know what to do. Search for it. Lung working model, Aishwarya ma'am, BYJU'S. You'll find it. So now we have our third leaderboard for the day, right? So let's have a look at the leaderboard. Again, I can see Shubham Samwal going strong in first place. I have Sarthak on the second place. Aditya Rai, Jainil, Raj, Harsimran, Shubham, Mantesha, Vanshika and Geetanjali. Very good, my wonderful dear students. So proud of all of you. You are doing a brilliant job and I cannot tell you how brilliant you all are. I can see your ranks 82 to 42, 129 to 54, 65 to 37, 47. Amazing. Okay, gyanstudy.com. Which part did you not understand? You specify, I'll help you out with it, okay? Yes. Ma'am, when is video for class 6? Next week, it will be there. How to vote? Go to menti.com and use the code. You will be able to vote. 45 to 12. Awesome. 11 to 6 and 6 to 5. That's amazing. 47, 21. Okay. So you were not able to understand the previous question. So can I quickly help my friend out and can we help our friends out and help them understand the previous question? I'll not take too long. Okay, I'm going to quickly explain this. See the working model of the lung that is there, right? So when we talk about the working model of the lungs, we make it with a plastic bottle, okay? We make it with a plastic bottle where we know that there is a straw and we put a rubber sheet here and we see that this will actually bifurcate and there will be two balloons, okay? This is very similar to what happens during our breathing. So if you talk about mechanism of breathing, we know that when we inhale, we know that the diaphragm will go downwards. So when we press or when we take the rubber sheath and pull it down, we know that air will enter and the balloons will become bigger. So basically here this represents the rib cage, this represents the lungs and this part right here represents the diaphragm. Alright? And we know that they are all parts of the respiratory system. And we know that diaphragm and rib cage mainly have a key role to help in breathing. Which is why the correct answer is option B. Okay, I know I made it during summer camp series also. So gyan.com, if you still have not understood, don't worry, you can check my video out on the channel. I told you, no? Working model of lungs, Aishwarya ma'am, class, Byju's 6, 7, 8, you will find it. Okay? Oh, it's on the other side now. Alright, let's quickly move on to the next set of questions without wasting some more time. Alright, are we ready? Are we geared up? Okay? Alright, okay, thank you Ayush, thank you. Sevanti, I will take your answer maybe after the next question or when we cut for the next leaderboard, I'll take your answer for that, okay? On what is adolescence. Adolescence chapter is there for all of you. Adolescence and reproduction is left for grade 8. On your Menti screens, everybody, I know my handwriting is actually very bad on this board. Like unlike when I use the pen tab, right? My handwriting comes out pretty well. But in this board, it comes out very badly. I know that. Okay, ma'am, I can't open the Chrome. Refresh your page, everyone. Refresh your page. Answer fast to get some more points. And let's see. Which of the following groups of organism represents flora only? Sal, cheetal, jamun, wolf, leopard, wild dog, bison, chinkara, flying squirrel, cheetah, I think it's supposed to be cheetah, and wolf, okay, silver fern, jamun, teak, mango. It's an easy one. Use logic. Flora. Logic. This answer should be easy. Hi Teju. Hello. Hi Dia. Yes, some of you are like, ma'am, flora meaning what? I will tell you. Yes, I'll tell you in a bit. Just give the answer now and I'll explain to you. Very good. Most of you have got this right. See, when we talk about, yes, okay. Oh, okay, all right. Thank you, Harsimran. See, we know that when we talk about living organisms, broadly we can have flora and fauna, right? So flora mainly include all your plants. So think of flora as flowers. Some of you were telling me flora, flowers, plants. Yes? So you need to figure out which represents only the plants that are there. So you have silver ferns. Fern is a plant. Jamun, teak, mango, they're all plants. Rest everything else have animals, which means they have fauna in it. Which is why the correct answer here is option D. Fauna means animals. Very good. Okay. Ma'am, it felt like you were selling something. Oh ho. Okay, thank you, Tejaswini. Thank you. Yes. So I hope that you are clear. Conservation in plants and animals will definitely come for ANTHE. Okay, that is there for ANTHE. Now let's have a look at question number 20. Last 10 questions before we wind up. Yes? Last 10 questions. Let's have a look. Answer fast to get more points. Select the correct sequence of passage of air during inhalation. Okay, I'm not going to read the options down. You figure out what is the correct answer for inhalation. Okay. What is the difference between pharynx and epiglottis? Actually, I will answer this. Okay. For adolescents and epiglottis, I will answer after this question. Okay, Swati. Yes. All right. Easy peasy. I know this is very easy. There are only two places where you can potentially get confused. But, being my wonderful students, none of you got confused. Vishnu's also laughing. See, this is very simple, okay? Alright. Now, for those of you who are asking me, there are two questions which I want to take, so give me 2 minutes. So now we know that air passage is through nose or your nostrils which are present. Then from there it will go into nasal cavity, right? So this will go into the nasal cavity, and from nasal cavity it will go into pharynx. Now we have pharynx here, which is a common opening. So this right here is a common opening for both food as well as air, right? So this is a common opening, which means in our body what we see is you will have the pharynx like this, okay? So pharynx is like a slightly bigger part. Then you have one tube here, which is your windpipe, right? So this right here is going to be your trachea, or it will be your windpipe. But on the back side, if you see, we have the food pipe also, which is located closely behind, right? So here you have the food pipe. Now, if you have a common opening for windpipe and food pipe, how will food know where to go? That is where your epiglottis comes into the picture. So what happens is that this epiglottis is like a flap-like structure, okay? So when you swallow, what will happen is it will close the opening into the air pipe, right? So what is the epiglottis? Epiglottis is a flap-like structure. And what it will do is when we swallow, it will close the opening into the trachea so that food will only go here. And which is why if you talk and eat, there will be incomplete closing of the epiglottis and it might go into the wrong pipe. And that's when you cough and cough so that it goes into the right pipe. Okay? Very good, Anshika. Very good. What is the meaning of pharynx? It is right here. I've written on the screen. It is a common opening for both. Then, of course, from pharynx, it will go into larynx, right? I think the spelling is wrong for larynx. Excuse me for that. Then from here, it will go into the trachea. From trachea, it will go into bronchi. Then from bronchi, bronchi then will enter into lungs, right? So this is the correct passage. Now, I had one more question, right? That is, what is adolescence? Adolescence is nothing but the period that exists between childhood, right? So it is a period that exists between childhood and adulthood, right? So we call it as the transition period wherein the body undergoes various changes. Don't worry about all of this. I'll be teaching you anyway, so nothing to worry about. Now let's quickly move on, everybody. All right, okay. So now let's go on to the next question. Yes? Question number 21, last 19. After pharynx, it is larynx, right? Yes, it is larynx. Pharynx, then larynx. Okay. I hope all of you are here. Select the correct statement, okay? Again, very easy one only, I think. Elbow joint is a type of ball and socket joint. Hinge joint allows movement in all directions. Pivot joint has two or more bones in close contact and it doesn't move. Joint present in wrist is a type of gliding joint. See, now you'll be thinking, ma'am, I learned this in 6th standard. Why are you telling me in 7th standard or 8th standard? In exams, especially competitive exams, they will ask you questions which can be of importance later on and it will be like a bridge the gap kind of thing. So, these questions are important, okay? Yes, very good. Lot of you got confused here. Ma'am, because midterm exams and I'm not prepared for ANTHE. Don't worry, Krishnendu. Don't be worried at all. Just watch our videos, revise. You'll be fine for ANTHE and I'm sure you will do well, okay? Yes, tell us any questions that have come in ANTHE. Some of these questions have come in ANTHE, right? Some, especially assertion reason questions, we've already done quite a bit of it already. You can check it out in our channel. These are some of the kind of questions you will get, the MCQs especially, right? So now if you see here, elbow joint is a type of ball and socket joint. Elbow joint, if you see, has only this kind of movement, front and back. So it's almost like a door opening and closing, which is why the joint you have here is your hinge joint. Hinge joint allows movement in all directions. No, hinge joint only front and back. Your ball and socket joint allows it in all directions. So this is also incorrect. Pivot joint has two or more bones in close contact and it does not move. See, a pivot joint that is there, right? It has two or bones and it doesn't move. If it is not moving, then you know that this right here is going to be a immovable joint, right? That is there in your skull, which is why this is incorrect. Joint present in wrist is a type of gliding joint. What is gliding? Gliding is going like this, right? One on top of the other, you have gliding movement. And if you see, we are able to achieve all sorts of movement in our wrist because of that, which is why we observe gliding joint here. Which book can I prepare? Okay, how can I register for ANTHE exam? Which book can I prepare for ANTHE exam? How can you register? Link is there in the description box for ANTHE. Go register yourself right away. It's closing in very soon. It's already, November 2nd. Exams are starting from 5th of the online exams. Soon, right? Now, secondly, how can I prepare for ANTHE? ANTHE syllabus is mainly your NCERT textbooks, right? So, go to the website, check out the syllabus. Just read your NCERT thoroughly. Word by word, you read it. Learn the concept. If you need help, watch our videos on ANTHE questions. Solve some of the questions. And I'm telling you, don't get worried. You will be able to do well in ANTHE. Okay? What is ANTHE? Akash National Talent Hunt Exam. Yes. Question number 22, everybody. So last set of 8 questions. We'll wind up soon. Okay? It's already 9 o'clock. I know, I don't want to take more of your time. So are we ready? Ma'am, is Byju's study material? Definitely. See, we've taken the previous year question papers, right? For whether it's for maths, chemistry, physics, biology. We've taken the previous year question papers. And plus, we've gone in detail for all the explanations of the chapters also. So, it will help you with your NCERT prep. But again, you will get some higher order questions also. That's part of competitive exams. So, don't get overwhelmed, right? Okay, so let's get started. Piercing and tearing teeth are called as what? Okay, incisors, canine, premolars, molars. Tearing, piercing, these are key words. Okay, I think this will be mainly for Indian nationals only, right? ANTHE exam. Time's up. Very good, everybody. Very good. Now, I know some of you have gotten confused with incisors. See, incisors, it will be the answer when you say bite and cut, okay? So, how do? You bite into the apple, right? You don't tear into the apple. You take a bite of the apple. So, the biting that happens is by the incisors, which are the front 4 teeth. Then you have the canines, which are the piercing and tearing. So how do you know, right? There are animals like your lions and tigers which have really sharp canines that help them tear into the flesh, which is why the answer is canine. Now, whenever you see chewing, crushing, grinding, that will be these two, okay? Chewing, crushing, grinding. So now I hope that the concept is clear. Now I see that a lot of ANTHE related queries are here, right? So for those of you who are giving me ANTHE related queries, just hold on. When we do the leaderboard, I'll take some of the queries, okay? So now let's focus on recalling our concept. These are produced from bacteria and fungi. These are used to kill microorganisms. I think this question has been asked 10,000 times. Antibodies, vaccines, pathogens, antibiotics. This is so easy, guys. Ma'am, what for ICSE students? ICSE students can still register for ANTHE, just that you'll have to match your chapters as per the concept. You'll have a detailed syllabus for ANTHE. Okay, 5 more seconds. Some misclicks. Oh. All right. Of all the people I did not believe, I'm not saying that you did a bad job or anything, but it's okay. It happens, right? You have antibodies and you have antibiotics. Now, I will explain this once again because it is important that you all know the difference between antibiotics and antibodies. Even if you know the difference, I'm going to take a minute and I'm going to explain this. Because in ANTHE or any exam NSO, I do not want you all to be making this mistake, right? Antibody, antibiotic, okay? Now, antibiotics. So simple, it might come even in your exams also, so this will help you out for it, okay? So antibodies are Y-shaped proteins which are produced inside the body, right? So they are produced by our body, while antibiotics are some things which are produced by certain bacteria and fungi, or we know that they are produced by other microorganisms. Yes? Now your antibodies, what do? They get rid of or they fight off your pathogens, right? So here fighting off pathogens is what they do. Yes? Now here also we know that they either kill or they inhibit the growth of other microbes, right? So function wise they may look similar. But antibodies are these Y-shaped proteins you see. Antibiotics like your penicillin, streptomycin, streptomycin, erythromycin, they are all examples of antibiotics. So are we clear everybody with antibody and antibiotic? Are we clear? Okay, awesome. I wanted to ask you that will class 7 questions also come in class 8? It will actually. See, it's like your foundation, right? So if you see, if you look at the exams also there, it's like 7th going to 8th, 8th going to 9th. It will be something like that. So you will get some questions, 1 or 2, which are from your previous years. I do not think so myself because it's mainly for Indian nationals, okay? All right. Oops, I think I pressed something. Let me just go back. Yeah. Question number 24 and then we're quickly going to have it, okay? Ma'am, what are pathogens? Pathogens are nothing but microorganisms that can cause diseases, or they are harmful microbes that can cause diseases. That is what we call as pathogens. Yes, okay. Hello Shivam, welcome to the class. Welcome. Let's have a look at the question. Which of the following structures transport urine from kidney to urinary bladder? Again, this is from transport of plants and animals and I've not covered it, but you can take a guess. Ureter, urethra, alveoli or ribs. What transports urine from kidney to bladder? Yes, state board can register, ICSE can register, everybody can register, but Indian nationals only can register, okay? All right, let me quickly refresh my screen. Very good, very good. Most of you have got this answer right and some of you got confused with the urethra. Do you want me to explain this once or are we clear with this? Are we clear on the structure of the excretory system or do you want me to take you through this once? No, we are clear. No, we are clear. Okay, awesome. It is clear. So very simple. We know that not clear, no, some. Okay, I have this feeling I just want to do it once, okay? Because I've not taught it and you know that whenever I've not taught something, that is when I feel like I have to explain it once. So very quickly I will do this. Very easy, this excretory system and all these systems that we learn about, right? So when we talk about the excretory system, we know that the main excretory system is nothing but the kidneys that are there. And we know that there are a pair of kidneys wherein urine is produced. And we know that from the kidneys, it is transported to the urinary bladder, right? So you know that the ureters are what is responsible for transporting the urine which is produced inside the kidneys from kidney to bladder. But what is urethra? Urethra is this small opening, right? So urethra is this opening through which it is expelled. So in the bladder, the urine will be stored for a brief period of time and then it will be expelled out from the body. So are we clear with this? For those of you who are having some confusions, I hope now we are clear. Yes? Amazing, amazing. Okay. So for those, now that we are clear with this, we'll move on. Okay. I think after this we have a leaderboard. Okay. Let's have a look at the second last leaderboard actually for today. Okay, Shubham Samal going strong at the top with 20,000 points. Aditya Rai, Sarthak, Raj, I have Jainil, Vanshika who's the fastest, Rebecca, Harsimran, Mantesha and Geetanjali. Very good, very good. I am so proud of all of you. I can see some of you have made it from 166 to 69, 153rd position, 50 to 32. I can see 129, 54 to 21. See, this is what progress, hard work, consistency feels like, right? You are consistently growing. Maybe your name is not there in the leaderboard, but if you have done better than the previous leaderboard, then you know that you are doing a good job, right? Thank you so much, Anshika. I can see Varun is joining the first live class. A lot of you are joining your first live class with us, Byju'S. So please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And I hope that all of you have liked this video. Because I know today's class is going on a little long, but all of you are enjoying. This is your best revision for ANTHE, NSO exams that are happening. Because we have got you covered. So very quickly, everybody, hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Yes? What are you talking about? I'm talking about ANTHE exams and NSO, that's National Science Olympiad. Awesome. Okay, let's get started to our last 6 questions. Last set of questions that we are going to be looking at, right? Are we ready? Are we ready for the last 6? Are we excited? How is the Josh in the class? Very quickly, can you give me a quick excitement level check, because I know today's class is going long. So very quickly, give me an excitement level Josh check and then I'm going to proceed. Thank you, Priyali. Thank you so much. Yes, awesome. Okay. Now in case, if some of you have to leave also, I understand some of you are like, ma'am, sona hai abhi. Last set of questions and we'll be done, okay? Alright. So let's get started. On your screens. Select the incorrect statement with respect to drip system or drip irrigation system, okay? It is used for lawns, coffee plantation and other crops. In the system, water falls drop by drop directly near roots. In the system, there's a huge loss of water. It is boon in regions where availability of water is poor. Now here we are talking about what is incorrect. What is incorrect? I can see all my old students telling me, ma'am, I'm your new student. Very good. Now for those of you who are like, it's incorrect regarding drip system. This is drip irrigation, right? So in drip irrigation, we know water falls drop by drop near the roots, right? And we find it, and it's mainly useful in places where there is poor availability of water. We use it in various places, right? Whether it's lawns, right? It's also used. Now you'll tell me, ma'am, lawns may be also use sprinklers. See, sprinklers are normally used in lawns and plantations, right? But we also tend to use it here and there as well. And now, of course, in the system, there's a huge loss of water. It's not the case. We save a lot of water in drip irrigation. So why the correct answer is option C. Very good. Now, moving on to question number 26, everybody. Question number 26. I hope all of you are there on Menti, right? No, it is used for conserving. Very good. So now when we talk about drip irrigation is when you have a pipe and you have a nozzle and water is provided drop by drop to near the roots, okay? So we use it in places where there's very little water available or where there is scarcity of water. So that only how much of a water is needed will be provided to the plant, okay? So thereby we will actually save a lot of water. But if we say that there's huge loss of water, that is incorrect, right? Which is why that statement is incorrect with respect to drip irrigation. All right, now moving on. What is the full form of WRT? With respect to. Okay? Okay, now moving on to question number 26. Yes? Consider the following statements. Plants need water to get nutrients from the soil for preparation of their food. In the absence of water in soil, plants absorb water from the atmosphere. Choose the correct option. What do you think? This needs some amount of time. Okay, you need time. In the absence of water in soil, plants absorb water from atmosphere. Hello, I can see a lot of you are here. I hope all of you are answering on Menti. Okay, everybody, very good. But I saw some of you got confused saying both are incorrect. Now see, plants cannot absorb, or I would say most plants. I'm not going to say all plants, okay? Because you have some plants which are called as epiphytes, which have the ability to absorb it directly from the atmosphere. But mainly if you see, water that is there is absorbed, water along with minerals are absorbed from the soil by the roots, transported by specialized tissue called xylem, and it is transported to the upper parts. But if water is not present, it will not absorb it from the atmosphere, okay? Only certain plants like the epiphytes that I told you have certain special tissues, okay? And they can absorb it, which is why statement 2 is incorrect and only statement 1 is correct. So are we clear with this? Superpower plants, exactly. Actually, you can read up on this. They have something known as velamin tissue that helps them in absorbing it, right? Okay, now moving on to last set of questions. So this is 27, we have 4 more and we're winding up today's class. Are we ready? Crystal clear. That is what I want to hear. Okay, let's have a look. Seed drill. Oh my God, this is so easy. Seed drill is used to do what? Sow seeds, remove seeds, store. I'm not even reading the options. This is so easy, guys. Sure, Miti, sure. We'll be having the class very soon. Very good. We know that seed drill is a modern tool that is used to sow seeds. It will sow it equidistantly at the right depth so that the seeds can grow properly, right? Yes, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yes, Vaiga, of course I've been taking your name all day. Question number 28 on your screens, all right? Let's have a look. Pulmonary veins, oh, this is a little tricky. Pulmonary veins carry blood from lungs to which part of the heart? Left ventricle, left auricle, right ventricle. This is mainly targeting your NSO, okay? This is for your NSO. I think Menti, yeah, live watching is more, but Menti players have decreased. What has happened? Everybody has got bored of Menti, is it? You're like, live mehi, I'm happy and fine. Very good, everybody. Very good. So now, quick question, right? How many of you are like, ma'am, can you explain this part, or are we clear with this part? Are we clear with this part, or do you want me to quickly explain it once again? Yes, please explain it. Ma'am, Menti is really bad. It does not bring... No need to explain. So I'll do one thing. I'm going to give you a quick, easy explanation. I know most of you are like, ma'am, it's already 9 o'clock. Don't explain now. But I'll do it fast, okay? I'll not take too much of your time. See, we are talking about the circulatory system, like how most of you told me, right? So we know that in the circulatory system, we have heart, blood and blood vessels. Now we know that the heart is a 4-chambered heart which has right auricle or right atrium, right ventricle, it has left atrium or left auricle and left ventricle. Then you have your lungs, yes? So now we know that from the right ventricle, we know that there is an artery which is known as the pulmonary artery. And pulmonary artery is the only artery which transports your deoxygenated blood. It will take it to the lungs where we know that there is gaseous exchange that takes place, and we know that the pulmonary vein that is there is a vein that leaves the lungs, right? And we know that this pulmonary vein is responsible for transporting oxygenated blood from the lungs to the left atrium or the left auricle, which is why the correct answer here is left auricle. Very simple and easy, right? Now moving on to the last set of questions. I think this is question number 29. Last 2 questions and we are done. Ma'am, explain karo, dinner khaya or dessert bhi khaya. Okay, I'm done. Last 2 questions. They are going to be very easy, right? They are all going to be easy. Yes. So now let's get going, everybody. I can see 106. All of you go to Menti and give me the answers, or if not, you give it to me in the chat also. So let's have a look at the question. Okay. A student observed a slide of cell under the microscope and confirmed it as an animal cell due to the absence of a cell component. Which component is absent? Cell membrane, nucleus, cytoplasm, cell wall. No, I'm really not tired. Actually, I love, see, when it comes to teaching, no, all this adrenaline comes to me and I get so happy teaching, right? I never really feel it until I stop teaching. If at all I feel tired. Okay. Very good. See, we are talking about a student observing a slide of cell and it is known as animal cell. Now we know basic components of cell include your cell membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus, right? Now they have spotted all 3. Now your plant cell is the plant cell that is there will have these 3, but it will also have cell wall. Now they have not observed cell wall in this under the microscope, which means that it's an animal cell because animal cells lack a cell wall and only plant cells have it, which is why the correct answer is option D. Now moving on to the last question for today's Menti. Very proud of all of you, right? Very happy that all of you are feeling more confident. You are telling me crystal clear. I'm feeling so excited. I'm feeling bio is easy. That's what I want, right? I don't want you to think that bio is the subject where I have to memorize everything. There's so much to remember. I don't like it. I want to change that notion, right? So now I'll move on to the last question, okay? All right, last question on your screens. Yes. Which of the following adaptations of penguins make them good swimmers? Okay. They have thick skin and a lot of fat. They have streamlined body and webbed feet. They have long, curved, sharp claws, and they have white fur. What do you think is the answer? This is also an easy one. See, even if you don't know what the adaptations are, think logically. We're talking about swimming. We're talking about penguins. Very good, very good. Now, can you all tell me where we find penguins? Can you tell me where in the earth do we find penguins? Can you all tell me? Yes, okay. Awesome. They are found in yes, in the polar regions, specifically in the Antarctic regions, right? They are mainly found in the Antarctic regions, okay? Now the thing is, because they're found again in the extreme polar regions like the Antarctic regions, they do have like a thick layer of fat and everything. But we're talking about what adaptation, right? What modification of their body will help them swim. That is the fact that they have a streamlined body and they have webbed feet that will help them swim in the water, which is why the correct answer is option B. Now with this, of course, we come to the end of today's class, right? So we'll have a look at our last leaderboard for the day. Let's see who has made it to the top. Very good, very good. I must clap for Shubham because Shubham has been consistently doing really well so far, right? So Shubham, well done. You've scored 26,345 points. Aditya, Sarthak, Vanshika, Jainil, Harsimran, Raj, Rebecca, Geetanjali and JS. Yes? So well done everybody, but I can also see that a lot of you have done well. I can see you have progressed from maybe 129 or 160 rank all the way till the beginning, right? So I can see that a lot of you have done really well here. Very proud of all of you. So I would like to say, with this, how many of you are feeling that whatever kind of questions come in ANTHE or NSO, right, you have now understood how to go about these questions, right? So here, the main reason why we make you practice more and more with these kind of questions is to help you out with tackling, like what is the approach to be applied for those questions. How many of you are feeling more confident now? Tell me in the chat, how many of you are feeling confident? Yes? That gamer bhai, it's okay. There's always going to be a next time, right? Yes, I have improved a lot. Very good. Yes. I want you to tell me, ma'am, I'm feeling good. That's what I want to hear. Congratulations, Samyukta. Congratulations. Yes, very good. So whenever you are writing ANTHE exam, whenever you are writing NSO, first and foremost, don't be nervous. You asked me for some tips. We already have a session where we'll be coming live and giving you some tips and tricks for ANTHE. But I'm telling you anyway, don't be nervous, okay? Have water with you and make sure that you are calm. Last minute reading and trying to remember is not going to happen. So one day before, get good sleep also and make sure that you go through some of the questions, you practice some of the questions and revise the important formulas. For maths and physics, go through the formulas very thoroughly and make sure you remember what formula to apply. With biology, just remember the main terminologies that they may ask you and you are good to go. Now whatever happens, it's okay. You've given the exam, you can always give it next year, but when you are giving it, give it your 100%, right? That 1 hour that you are going to write the exam, give it your 100%. Don't at any point tell yourself, I don't think I can do this. No, I will do it no matter what. I will make it to the finish line. That is what we want, right? We want to make it to the finish line. Once the exam is over. But that 1 hour should be your everything that you give. No turning back after that 1 hour, right? So how many of you are ready for ANTHE? Excited for ANTHE? Yes? Tomorrow's NSO. Awesome. All of you, all the best for your NSO, whoever's giving it tomorrow. You have one more. If you've still not applied for NSO, I think there's one more exam happening in December in round 1. You can give it for that as well. And of course, with this, you know that we've got you covered no matter what. And if you like what we do, then you know that you have to hit that subscribe button. If you want to tell your friends to be a part of this, you want to help your friends out, share this video. And of course, if you want to show us your love, then you know what you have to do. You have to hit that like button, right? Yes, all right, everybody. So I know today's class has gone very long, right? We've gone for almost 1.5 to 2 hours. But thank you so much for being so patient. And in case if you have some more doubts for NSO, right? So for NSO, you can talk to your teachers because you'll have to register through your school, okay? So talk to your teachers and see if you can register. I think one more round is there. It's there in December. Yes, all right, everybody. So with this, I'll be signing off. I'll not take more of your time. It's already 9:40. I hope you've had dinner and I hope you get good rest today. Yes, hoping to see you all very soon again. Bye, everyone. Good night.